Okay, good afternoon to my fellow engineers. Today is our series of webinar talk with the topic of implementation of building information modeling, which is short form of BIM for government projects in Malaysia. As you know, I think BIM is in for all the industry players. We are all known about BIM, but the usage of BIM is still on the downside with regards to other countries in the world. So for SYNOPSIS, for this talk, JKR has moved forward with the latest technology by pioneering the use of building information modeling, which is BIM, in implementation of projects that will give rise to the implementation of high-impact technologies, such as 3D printing, Internet of Things, big data, virtual reality, and augmented reality. BIM is a process of preparing and managing an informative 3D model in the life cycle of a project implementation, where this digital model is used by various stakeholders for specific purposes to increase the level of projects and asset delivery system. The design produced virtually through technology can help in the construction, and asset information can be used during the asset and facility management phase. To ensure that BIM deliverables produced comply with JKR's BIM guidelines and standards, consultants and contractors must develop and update models starting from the concept design model up to the completed model. The contents that will be delivered are as follows: JKR BIM work process, consultants and contractor roles and responsibility, model BIM requirement, and BIM requirement in JKR projects. In order to further elaborate on this topic, I would call upon Engineer Muhammad Faiz. Before that, I would like to introduce Engineer Muhammad Faiz to the floor. Engineer Muhammad Faiz graduated from University of Technology Malaysia in bachelor degree in civil engineering in 2006, and also has a master in project management from University of Technology Malaysia in 2015. Started his career as a civil engineer in 2006 in one of consultant company, and later he joined JKR, Jabatan Kerja Raya Malaysia, in 2007, and currently he is a senior civil engineer in building information modeling unit, integrated asset planning branch in JKR. Apart as being a professional engineer, Engineer Muhammad Faiz also has been an ASEAN Chartered Professional Engineer, professional technologist from Board of Technologies Malaysia, and also is a certified Revit architecture and structure. And without further delay, I hand over to Engineer Muhammad Faiz to give the talk. Over to you, Engineer Muhammad Faiz.
Okay, thanks to moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to all my fellow engineers, ladies and gentlemen. So, first of all, I would like to thanks to the organizer, PSC SIGIM, to give me an opportunity to share, giving a talk regarding about building information modeling requirements in government project, especially for the JKR project. So, okay, my name is Muhammad Faiz bin Syafi'i. Currently, I am attached in Integrated Asset Planning Branch, Cawangan Perancangan Aset Bersepadu JKR Malaysia, maybe around 9 years. Okay, so in JKR around 16 years. Okay, and experience more about design, okay, for the education projects, and then I moved to the JKR Batu Pahat as a road engineer, and right now more about building information modeling in order to enhance this technology to our construction industry, especially for JKR projects. Okay, the topics will be covered, the introduction and maybe a little bit about BIM overview, so we can refresh about it, because I think before this, on 2021, I already give a talk about BIM for in IEM, and then we will talk about the BIM work process that we done in JKR, and then we go for the BIM requirement in JKR. Maybe this is the most part, the important things that I think all the consultants or engineers, especially whoever wants to involve in JKR projects, they need to fulfill these requirements, and then maybe a little bit about the BIM model. I will show a little bit about the demonstration if I have some time. All right. So the introduction. I think we all know that under Ministry of Works, we already published the National Construction Policy to 2030 for the construction industry sector that is aligned with our RNK 12, and then with Plan Strategic Organisasi KPR Construction 4.0 strategic plan that already published from the CIDB, and last but not least the Plan Strategic KPR 2021 until 2025. Okay, this on this document, actually they introduced the top 10 disruptive technology in construction, and it is included with the BIM. Okay, so this one I just go briefly only. So the trust, they have four trusts. The first one is trust one to strengthen quality and safety in project performance across the construction sector. For the trust two, embrace sustainable built environment. Trust three, improve construction productivity. Trust four, strengthen infrastructure maintenance. Okay, so we actually we can relate with the BIM for all these trusts. Okay, in terms of 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, and 7D, and we can also relate with the people, process, and technology. Okay, so I just pick some of the element in this trust, especially for the trust one, that is to integrate BIM and IBS in all construction projects in order to improve the quality, productivity, and minimize construction efficiency. Under the trust two, we can relate with the sustainable construction phases and intelligent control. That is, we actually, if we have the models, it can help us to analyze by using BIM to do the sustainable in the construction phases. Okay, and then the trust three, in terms of the productivity, okay, for using the new technologies and automation. So we all know that some of the big factory like Gamuda, IBS, IGM, they already the factory must have the BIM model in order to do the automation in their factory. And then in terms of technology transformation, we need to transform our process, okay, by using the technology, and we need to upgrade the skills of our workers in order to increase the productivity, and we need to promote the use of modern technologies such as BIM. Okay, last but not least, about the trust 4, in order to develop a Malaysian standard in asset and facility management throughout the total asset management, from the planning, design, construction, handing over until to the asset and facility management. We need to have some sort of technology that help to do the standards, and in order to, we need to come up with the maintenance cost in all construction projects, and we need to develop 3D model from start during the planning phase. So actually we have one of the KKR, their pilot to make sure to develop all the 3D model for all the bangunan guna sama persekutuan. Okay. So for the JKR, actually JKR starts introduced BIM on 2007, and on 2010 one the first project that is National Cancer Institute projects, design and build projects. We did the B model, and then but on 2012 we have two pilot projects that is conversion in the house, SPRM Shah Alam and Klinik Kesihatan Maran 5. Okay, that is our pilot project in order to develop our BIM guide and standards. Okay, and then on 2016 actually we put BIM adoption as our KPI. Okay, by targeting 10% of 50 million and above of all the building projects must implement BIM, and we managed to achieve up to 20%. Okay, and then by the year 2020 we come out with our JKR BIM policy under Surat Arahan KPKR bilangan 18 2020. That is, we mandate the BIM implementation for all our projects, RM 10 million and above, and we put this as our KPI actually under Plan Strategy JKR 2021-2025. We must achieve, we target to achieve 50% of building projects and infra projects to implement BIM, and the target increase 10% on each year. All right. Okay, we go for the BIM overview. Okay, so actually you can download our BIM garis panduan JKR 2021 in our website. Okay, so BIM according to JKR, it's a process in order to develop, and and then we manage these the 3D model that already developed, that have and information, and it can be used throughout all the construction life cycle and asset life cycle. Okay, in the projects, and the model that we call it as a digital model, and it can be used to all our stakeholders on its their purpose in order to increase or improve the project or asset delivery. Okay. Okay, the BIM visualization ni, I think this one all of us know. Some of us know what is 3D. So when we talk about the BIM, we will say that what kind of BIM we want. So there is 3D, 4D. 4D is the 3D plus with the timeline, scheduling, 5D with the cost. Okay, 6D about sustainability, and 7D about BIM 3D with a asset facility management application. Okay, and then about level of development, LOD. So it is about how we develop the model from the conceptual design, pre-design, detail design, construction design up to as-built, and then we can use it to the asset and facility maintenance. All right. So in the model we have an information. Okay, the information we call it as a level of information. So how information we want to put in the models. Okay, and this information will increase from phase to phase. Okay, from LOI 100 in 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay, so that one I will in the slide. Okay, so we have a B model. Okay, we call it as a B model. This model will develop from the LOD 100, from the concept. 200 we call it as design, detail design. LOD 300, 400 we call it as a construction, and when we are handing over we call it as a as-built. Okay, so we have an information features, dimension, and technical specification. Okay, this one is geometry information, and we have a non-geometry information, parametric information, and the construction information. All of this one we call it as information. So this information actually will increase from the one phase to another phase. Okay, and all this information, we can use it in programming, space analysis, design review, 3D coordination, engineering analysis, phase planning, record model, asset management, and so on. Okay, so this we call it as a BIM use. Okay, this is the term that been used on the worldwide. Okay, all right. So the BIM use actually there are, according to Penn State, there are a lot of BIM use that can implement. Okay, throughout the project. So this I think around 22, 23 BIM users. So the colored one, okay, the highlight one is the BIM use that being done in JKR. Okay, actually the BIM use is why we choose this BIM use, because it is benefit to the organization in JKR, so that we such as when we want to do the existing condition modeling and site analysis, we can optimize the work quantities. For phase planning, we can verify the work program, the work program submitted via for the simulation. For the cost estimation, we can generate cost estimation from the 3D model. Okay, and then for the design reviews, design authoring, we can facilitate design review process. And engineering analysis, we can optimize structure and design. Okay, for the 3D coordination, we can minimize conflicts and reworks at construction site. And then the record model, we can facilitate facility record capturing for FM system use. So all of the users, it can manage stakeholder expectation through the visualization. So this is the maturity level. We have from the level 0, 1, 2, and 3. So actually JKR, we just focus on the level 2. We want to make sure we can collaborate, we can coordinate all the disciplines, architect, civil, structure, mechanical, electric, the QS. We can share the models. Okay, we can coordinate the models in order to get a better design. Okay, so when we want to talk about the sharing, there is some platform that we can use in our industry, such as ProjectWise, Connect Edition, Trimble Connect, Autodesk Spin 360. All these sharing platform we can use throughout our design phase and construction phase. Okay, so BIM, we need to have when we talk about the models, so we need to develop the models. So we need some a platform for the BIM software. Actually, in our country, we have Soft, we have Trimble. So all of this software, it is actually have their strength. So for those organizations who want to use this software, it must relate with your expertise, with your environment to work. Okay, so that you can use it, the software, to get benefit of the BIM implementation in the projects. Okay, so BIM work process. All right. So this is briefly about the BIM work process, starting from the planning. So in JKR, we call our project manager as a HOPT, head of project team, and the design team we call as a HODT, head of design team. So during planning stage, okay, we develop a concept design. Before that, we need to have some planning, okay, to execute the BIM in the project. So we need to have a BIM project execution plan. We call it as a BPEP. Okay, so that we can start with the concept design, starting with our architect and the civil to generate the site analysis, space management, site model. And then this from the basic model, the concept model, we can get the area in order to have cost estimation for the PDA purposes. All right, and then we move to the design. Okay, the HODT will continue the design for the preliminary design and detailed design. Okay, we call it as a design authoring. And then when all the models already complete, we do the design coordination. The design coordination will be the design review and 3D coordination. And then we go for the procurement, okay, drawing documentation. Okay, we generate the drawings from the models. We give the model and the drawing to the QS so that they can do the taking off and BQ preparation. Okay, and then when we award to the contractor, okay, the SO or the project director, okay, we'll update the BIM project execution plan, and the contractor will develop the construction simulation, and they need to validate the construction, okay, from the model, and then they must generate the as-built drawings, generate from the BIM model, and when they closure, okay, for JKR we have right now we need to fill the asset information, okay, in the model, and all the documentation must be in digital so that we can keep it, and we can make all this document as a reference to help the asset and facility management team. Okay, so actually we developed this work process according to our quality management system, SPK JKR. So this is for the conventional project, okay, from the planning phase until to handing over. So actually from the planning, we need the output will be the BPEP document. We need to have a concept design model. Okay, we need to have an existing condition model. We need to have a site analysis model. Okay, and then the architect need to come up with the spatial requirement analysis report, and last but not least for the PDA. Okay, during the prelim design, the deliverable will be a prelim design model, consists of architect, civil, structure, mechanical, and electrical model. All these model must be coordinated, okay, and we come up with the cost estimation. Okay, during the detailed design and tender, okay, the model must be updated up to detailed design, okay, and it must be coordinated, and we come up with the tender or construction model, and the tender preparing the tender document, okay, and then last but not least for the construction enclosure, the NSC, okay, the contractor NSC and contractor must update the model, okay. We call it as a NSC or working model, and the contractor must develop a construction simulation, and they need to update until the model will become as a as-built model. The drawing must generate from the models, and all the information, especially for the asset information, they need to build in or fill in the models, okay. So the process must have some sort of platform that we need to share between among all the stakeholders. Okay, so the JCloud, okay, such as the JCloud. JCloud actually is a JKR sharing platform that being used for the sharing and for the consultant or contractor to submit the models to this platform. And actually, if the project is the security is not high level security, so they can use other platform to share between their team. Okay, so the example such as BIM Autodesk, BIM 360. Okay, so we start with the existing condition model. Actually, when we get survey plan from the surveyor, okay, right now the civil will get the survey plan, and they need to develop the 3D model. So in JK we are using civil 3D to develop the survey model. So we call it as existing condition modeling. So by this survey plan, the civil can analyze, okay, the contour analysis, the slope analysis, the water flow analysis, and the platform analysis. We call it as a site analysis, okay. And then from there, we can come up with our cut and fill work reports, Okay. And then the architect will come up with a site model. Okay, before this, when we don't talk about beam, they will come up with a site plan. So for beam, they need to develop as a model. So we call it as a site model. This we call it as a design authoring. So they need to manage which area want to put the building, which area want to put the OSD, car park, the internal road, and whatsoever in the model. So we call it as a site model. Okay, and then the model from the concept design, the prelim design, and up to the detailed design model. So all this development actually, if the consultant or contractors do the JKR projects, we already spell out this in our term of reference, TOR, for conventional consultant project. For design bit, we put it in our need statement. Okay. So from there, okay, during the process from the development of concept up until to detailed design model, actually this is some example. The architect start with the RDI, room data interaction. Which area they want to put the room. Okay, by using beam. Okay, if they have a template in Jika project, we already have a template. They can put the room, the area, the room, so they can manage. They can get the area and they can compare with the area provided with the area need. Okay, so they can compare it and they can present it to the clients. Okay, this one we call it one of our deliverable. For architect, we call it as a spatial requirement analysis. Okay, so this is some example when we already done the BIM model, the architect, the structure, the mechanical, the electrical. Okay, we already done all of this model. Okay, so this is example for the structure. Okay, engineering analysis. If they use the robot structure analysis, they can simply to export to the Revit. Same goes to the TSD, same goes to Step Pro, and same goes to the Mila structure. And a lot of software right now have this capability to export to export to the BIM software. But actually the software, you need to upgrade to the latest version. Okay, so this is some example the work process for the structure actually. So from the architect model, we need to get the model, we need to check the model, and then we transfer the grid line and the levels to our design software, and we do the design. Okay, do the design using this software, and we transfer to the Revit, and this process will be two-way process. If there is some changes, some minor changes or some major changes, they need to do this. And then when we satisfy with the design, we can coordinate with all our disciplines for architect, mechanical, and electric. Okay, so this is when we combine with all the models, architect, structure, M and E. Okay, this is some example when we do the design coordination. We call it as design review. So we combine the model, okay, by using Navisworks. We try to communicate with each other in order to solve the problem. If there is a problem, who need to rectify it, who need to update the design, okay, so that we can get a better design. Okay, so this is another part of the design coordination. We call it as a 3D coordination or clash analysis. Okay, we combine the model, we will run the clash analysis, and we can get all the results. So we can simply to move if there is a clash between the column and the window. So we can simply move the column, and then we do the clash analysis again in order to get a zero clash. Okay. So when all the design okay, or already we have all the issues already been already done. Okay, we have zero clash. We don't have any design issues. The model we call it as a coordinated model. Okay, and then this model we need to generate the drawings. Okay, from the model. Okay, so this is some example of the cost estimation. We give the models to the QS, and they will the model transfer to other type of format, okay, such as DWFX format, put in the cosX. So this is cosX sample of cosX that JKR being used. So we transfer the model into the cosX software, and the QS will have the quantity for all the elements and simply put this quantity into their BQ. Okay, so it will be is to the QS. Okay, but actually if our model rubbish, so the model will be rubbish to the QS. Okay, so that's why we need to have some kind quality. We need to check the model whether it's in our quality. We need to make sure that the model is quality and it has its integrity. Okay, so same go for the civil cut and fill report. We can get the quantity and we can transfer it to the cost. Okay, so when we do the design models, we combine it, we can do the animation, so we can show it to the client. So this one actually the architect lah. Architect will take all the models, combine it, and show it to the client. So in order to get approval from the client. Okay. So when we move to the construction phase, okay, the contractor will get the model. The contractor will propose the scheduling, the CPM, and we can combine it with the model. Okay, we call it as a 4D simulation. This one we call it as 4D. If we put a cost inside the model, so we call it as a 5D. So actually the SO, the PD, can verify the construction. You can see this one. Okay. So the planning, the sequencing activity is wrong. So we can verify it. The contractor need to they need to update their CPM for to be realistic. Okay, so that the SO can approve the work program. Okay, for their construction. Okay, so the model, if we have a coordinated model, so we hope that the model then they will have no issue when the contractor construct at the site. So we can upload into our tab. Okay, our tab, so we can bring it to the site, so we can compare it, so we can validate it. So right now, the technology we can use 3D scanner to scan the laser scanning. We can compare it from the point cloud and the model. Okay, but in Malaysia, maybe it's like costly for that. Okay, and then we can this is some example for the record model. Okay, we can come up with the speed piling. Okay, by using model. Okay, the contractor just use the model back and just update all the information inside the model to do the piling drawings. Okay. Okay, this is other example for record model, for the architect, for the structure component, for the mechanical component, and for the electrical component. Okay. And then for government, we need to update our premise. Okay, the premise we need to have a project information inside our model. Okay. and then all the rooms, okay, we need to register all the in one room what kind of component they have in this room, so that we when we do the FM, it can easily be managed, okay, for the asset facility asset team, okay. So other than that, we can use our BIM model to do the sustainability analysis. Okay, so this is the BIM working environment, okay, to design connection, technical meeting, start meeting, and classification. So we need to when we do the BIM, we need to make sure that the model gets benefit us, okay, from the planning phase to the design phase, construction phase, to handing over phase. Okay. So next, I would like to go to the BIM requirement in JKR. Okay, so when we talk about BIM requirement in JKR for the consultant conventional projects, so we have a lot. We have a team from the client, HOPT, head of project team, the consultant, our HODT, JKR, and SO, and the contractor. Okay, all of these stakeholders have their roles. Okay, to make sure that the BIM will be success in the project. Okay, so for example, the client to make sure the project scope must be clear in order to our HBT know what is the scope and how to manage the project in BIM. Okay, and the HBT will appoint the consultant, and the consultant will design and supervise in BIM. The SO will monitor and supervise in BIM, and contractor will update the models, BIM model up to LOD 500. So basically, the consultant need to design, okay. When they're appointed, they need to start from the planning, prelim, and detail. They need to design and supervise in BIM during the design construction. Okay, so they need to the submission of BIM deliverable as per TOR. Okay, so and they need to comply with the JKR BIM guidelines and standard. They need to comply the model and model integrity and quality. They need and they need to make sure all the drawings shall generate through the model. For the contractor part, they need to adapt BIM during construction. So they need to prepare and update construction simulation. They need to coordinate the construction works by using BIM. They need to update construction model and SBIM model. And last but not least, they need to generate the drawings from the model. Okay, so this is a construction conventional project from the pre-contract, plan, design, tender, and for the post-contract, construct and closure. So for the tender, we have a tender for consultant after the planning stage. Okay, so we go for the plan, the planning stage. So in this phase, we will the JKR will define the scope of BIM. Okay, we will put it in our JKR project brief, and we will put it in our TOR. Okay, so the consultant, okay, actually they need to submit okay, this is the criteria they need to fulfill for the tender. So there's basically they have 4 main criteria: consultant capability, involvement of staff, methodology, quality assurance program. But for the 1 to 3, consultant capability, involvement of staff, and methodology, it is related to the BIM. Okay, for the consultant capability, the consultant must prove if they can prove they have an experience of using BIM in projects, previous project, so they need to put it in their in their pengalaman punya ni lah, okay, report ke, okay. So they will have some additional mark for this, and and then they need to prove the involvement of staff, such as proof of attendance in BIM courses. Okay, kalau macam ni lah, you have attend the BIM seminar, webinar talk, you can put it as one of the proof of attending BIM course, and then if your staff certified in BIM, such as BIM modeler, BIM coordinator, or BIM manager, they can put it as a proof to the JKR. So all of this kind of involvement of staff regarding BIM, they will get some point. Okay, and last but not the methodology, proof of using BIM software. So they need to prove they already have the software. Okay, kalau you all have the design software that can export to the Revit ke, bolehlah tunjukkan. And then if you have an Autodesk software, you also can prove it. Okay, so let's say the consultant doesn't have any software for the BIM software, they can write later that macam surat, macam akhir janjilah, when they have if they're appointed as a BIM consultant for this project, and they will buy the software. Okay, itu pun memadai lah for the proof of using BIM software lah, sebab we understand some of our consultant, okay, sebab kalau beli dulu projek tak ada, benda tu boleh ni lah, merugikan lah mana-mana pihak. So actually we allow to the consultant yang mana tak ada BIM software, they can write, put it in their proposal, tulislah bagi tahu if they appointed as a consultant for this project, then they will get he or she will buy a BIM software, macam tu lah. Okay, so all of this they have a point, okay, mark lah untuk dalam kriteria-kriteria ni lah. Selain tu banyak lagi lah. Kalau tengok ni yang this is the part of BIM that you all need to make sure, okay, to have all of these criteria to put it in your proposal. Okay, and then if you have some sample of the model of LOD 300, LOD 300, okay, you can show, boleh lah put it. Okay, sebab yang ni pun you will have some additional mark lah. Okay, so benda ni why we want to have a sample BIM model, because we want to make sure we can check either the quality of the model yang the previous project we can see sejauh mana the competency, okay, is it achieve our JKR requirement. Okay, that's all. Kita nak tengok tu je lah. Okay, jadi if you have a sample BIM model, tak kisahlah, small building also can. Okay, such as pondok jaga kan, pondok jaga ke, itu pun tak ada masalah for all the consultant to submit the sample BIM model. Okay, ada setengah tu the consultant, dia bukan bagi model bangunan, but they give a sample of kolom punya tu. Tak boleh macam tu, kita nak the whole structure lah. Jangan bagi, you need to submit the sample of BIM model up to LOD 300. Okay. Next, we go for the design. When the consultant already appointed, okay, in JKR projects, so this is the preparation they need to carry on. The first of all, they need to do a BPP, Building Project Execution, BIM Project Execution Plan. Okay, yang ni we have our template, so just use it. Okay, this one architect will lead lah. Okay, the BPP. All other consultant will give the input to the architect. So the architect will put all the information, and they need to coordinate the process of the work process from the concept design until to tender. So yang tu je kena combine in this building BIM project execution plan, pelan pelaksanaan project BIM. Okay, and then the concept design model. Okay, and then for the prelim design model, detail design model, design coordinations, and the drawings. Okay, so all of this they need to develop from the start when they appoint, okay, until to tender out, okay, for the design phase. Okay, during tender, okay, so the tender especially for the QS, okay, if all the model already being done, okay, semua tu dah satisfied, all the clash already clash zero will be zero, there is no design issues, okay, we have a cost estimation, we put all the quantity into the BQ, okay. Okay, so in JK we have our instruction to tenderers. Okay, yang ni yang kita bagi, we have a standard, put it in our arahan kepada petender lah to contractor bid the tender, and we will put the scope of beam in preliminary and general condition, and we put the beam item in bill of quantities, and we have a beam deliverable to put so that the contractor can price for the beam item, okay, in their contract, okay. So when the contractor being awarded, okay, to the project, they need to continue with the BPEP, okay. They need to update the construction, shop model, working model, and then they need to validate the construction, and they need to develop a construction simulation model. So semasa ni this one, the consultant whoever that in the at the site, they need to supervise, okay, this implementation, alright. And for the closure, we need to make sure, okay, the contractor must update the construction draw a model up to SB model, okay. We need to make sure that all the information such as the asset information and construction information already filled in the models, and the drawing must be generated from the model. Okay, we go to the design and build project. Okay, so actually it will be same, but the responsible from the planning until to the closure phase, okay, it will be responsible to the contractor. So the contractor must they have the liability to design and construct in BIM, okay, because the contractor will appoint the consultant, okay. So other than that, same, okay. So the contractor need to adapt BIM in the project from the starting. So they need to submit all the BIM deliverable as per need statement. They need to comply on the JKR BIM guidelines and standard. They need to comply model integrity and quality. The drawing shall generate through model. They need to prepare and update the construction simulation. Okay, they need to coordinate construction works by using BIM. They need to update construction model and asset model, and last but not least, all the drawing shall generate through the model for the SBIT. Okay. So the phase will be the same, but it will start from the plan, tender, and then design, construct, and closure. Okay. So for the planning phase, okay, same goes. The GKR will put all the scope of BIM by using JKR project brief. Okay, they will put all the scope, apa yang perlu dimasukkan, and then the instruction to tenderers, contract general BIM requirement, CGR, bill of quantities, and the need statement. Okay, during the tender, okay, the contractor okay, the contractor must submit the BPEP outline, just an outline to the JKR, and okay, concept design at least LOD 200. Okay, architect they need to submit this model to the JKR. For the structure model, same goes. If they are using the software such as TSD, Technical Structure Designers, they just only convert to the Revit, that's all, and then they submit. No need to do the detail, the detailing. They don't need to produce layout, okay. Then just a model untuk ni lah, okay. Selain tu adalah yang lain-lain tu adalah kena fulfill Alright, and then the sample beam model the contractor must submit the sample beam model up to LOD 500. Okay, yeah, this one also same goes to the consultant we want to see either the model the previous project the contractor already done is we want to see is it the model achieved with JKR quality and integrity. Okay, so when the contractor appointed, okay, they need to publish the BPP, okay, and the contractor must make sure the design up to detail design L300 and already coordinated between each other lah. Maksudnya architect structure, mechanical, electrical, they need to combine it, they need to do the design coordination, then they need to prove the design, okay, already class 0 and there is no design issue to the JKR, and all the drawings must generate from the models. Okay, so let's say the contractor doesn't have consultant, their consultant teams doesn't have competence in the BIM. So actually contractor can propose the third party, okay, to do tapi yang ni that will be the contractor must bear some cost lah, because the ada cost lain lah, kita cost tambah lain. So that's why we want to make sure our consultant capable to do the BIM, okay. So this is what we concern right now in JKR project. But from what I see right now, majority start from 2021, our consultant already they have their competency in BIM. Okay, so need to appoint another BIM consultant to do the BIM for their projects. Okay, so after the our HDT, the consultant have a consent from our HDT. Okay, the drawings already published from the model, generated from the model, so contractor can construct at the site. Okay, and then we want to make sure the BPP must be progressively updated. Okay, according to the physical works, and then the contractor must update the model from the design model to the construction model. They need to validate the model throughout the construction period, and then they need to develop the construction simulation model. Same goes, sama lah macam conventional tadi. Alright, so for the closure, okay, contractor need to make sure the BPP is already final, the up to date, and they need to update the model from the construction model up to SB model, and all the information and asset information must be filled in the models, and all the SB drawings must generate from the models. Okay, so when we talk about a BIM, a BIM model, alright, so in JKR we have our checklist form in order to make sure the consultant and contractor can follow the requirement that we want. Okay, the first one is we will check model integrity quality. Okay, so this one is we want to make sure the model as per design or constructed at the site, and then the model developed as per guide and standard. Okay, so this BIM checklist form, siapa-siapa yang whoever appointed to for JKR project, we will give this form so that the consultant or contractor can follow, okay, accordingly to our needs. Okay, and then the second one is project information. Okay, they need to fill all the project information in the model. Okay, the third one is a project browser organization. Okay, all the views and elements organized as per standard, as per our standard. Okay, dalam JKR, we already we will give you template. Actually, we will give you a template so that you can use our template and then follow uh, our view and elements to develop the model. And then the fourth one is a families beam object developed as per standard and updated up to LOD 500. Okay, so the components, all the components must follow our template. Okay, actually we will give you the families, and we will give you the templates in order for you to when you develop the components, you will follow our standard. Okay, and last but not least, the properties and visibility graphics. Okay, the views presented as per design standard. So this one mostly to the architect and mechanical and electrical Okay, so such as the bomber requirement, they need to use a proper views. Okay, so macam bomber dia nak tahu yang mana merah color merah, dia akan ikutlah yang tu Okay, we go one by one. So for model integrity and quality. Okay, so model must develop in accordance with specific design. Alright, this one the designer, designer must make sure the models as per their design. And then the second one, the model files are named according to the JKR BIM guideline standard. So when you develop the models, the files name must be accordingly to our JKR standard and guide. Actually, we will give you the naming generator so that you can easily to generate the files name. Okay, and then the third one is model is structured accordingly to rules that are easily managed. For example, structure model is managed according to the block, tower, and podium. Let's say this one, if you have a massive design, very complicated design, very complex design, you can separate the model, such as if you have a commercial building, you have a tower, kan? And then bawah tu you have a podium, parking, you can separate it. And then so that you can easily manage the models, and all of others will understand how the structure model is being developed. Okay, when we combine it, when we do the coordination, it can be run smoothly. Okay, and the fourth one, the model uses the project based point of architectural model. Okay, so we need to make sure when we talk about BIM, actually we need to, the first thing, all the other consultants, they need to get architectural model. Okay, so we just link it, and we need to make sure the project base point is at the same place. Okay, and then the model uses the grid line and level of architect model. Okay, so it must be same with the architect, and element component are placed by label. So we need to make sure the component, let's say the column, you have a column from the level 1, level 2, you need to separate it. You cannot simply develop one column from base level up to fourth level. You need to separate it as per floor. Okay, that is how we model our building. And then last but not least, model comply with the use naming convention. Okay, project information. This is project information. So all the information must be filled in the models. Okay, so such as the information of drawing documentation, information of the project, and then the information of the asset registration. Okay, for project browser organization, okay, yang ni lah same. If you need to use our template. Okay, if you follow the template, actually it will be easy for you to develop the model. Okay, so they will consist of views for the floor plan, area plan, structure plan. Okay, for the structure engineer, they must generate the structure plan. Okay, for the legend symbols, okay, and then the schedule quantity. Okay, then it generate the schedule quantity, design information, quantity information, construction information, and asset information. And sheets drawing documentation and link file. We need to make sure that the model already linked with other discipline. Okay. Families. Okay, these families, we need to make sure the component file naming as per the design. It must use the correct family category. The parameter, the information of the parameter must be complete and as per design geometry. Okay, let's say the name of the structure component for column 200 by 200. So the size must be same as per name. Okay, and listing of the components. Okay, and last but not least about the view, this one views. Oh, sorry. Okay, project. So kan, sorry, families, properties and visibility graphic. Okay, so view template are correctly applied to respective view. Okay. So I think I go for the example. All right. Okay, so this is the model. Okay, so this is model, the architect model. Okay, so we need to make sure the architect is give us a complete model. We need to check whether there is a roof. Okay, if I click the roof like this, sorry. Okay, we can see the basic roof that being used. So this is one example lah. Okay, so ini if there is a consultant for architect, they need to fill all this information inside. So the information like the description bumbung deck, logam metal deck, code component spesifikasi ni, kerangka keluli klik lengkap dengan pengedap. So this is the design information. We call it as a design information. Okay, what about construction information? Construction information is in here. Okay. The nombor tarikh waranti, kos perolehan, tarikh dipasang bila, nombor telefon kontraktor, pembekal jangka hayat, nama pembekal, nama kontraktor, alamat. So this is the construction information. Okay, and then we have asset information. We have this one subsystem, system, code DAK. This one is a asset information. So all this they need to fulfill. They need to fill all the information from face to face lah. Okay, kalau sampai LOD 300, it is enough the level of information up to LOD 300, the design information. Okay, if continue to the construction, they need to fill in this one lah. Okay. Alright, so if you can see, this is the model from the architect. Okay, so they have the documentation. Wait. Okay, they have agreed. Okay, so before that I mentioned about project base point. Okay. Site. Okay, project base point. Okay. On the side. Side. Okay. Side. Okay, this is the project base point. So the project base point in grid A1 A1. So if consultant structure M and mechanical electrical, they need to follow the project base point accordingly to the architect punya ni lah. Okay, and then we can, if I click the door, okay, they will give an information. If I click the wall, they will give an information. So semua ni ada information lah. Okay, so this is the section. Okay, we can have an section here. Okay, if you want to know other section, we can create it. Ada tak ni? Okay, so you can create the section where mana-mana yang kita nak. Kita boleh tengok lah all this section. Okay, actually the 3D also we can have a section box, so we know we can manipulate the 3D sections. Okay, we can manage the 3D section, or we can go for the by floor. Also we can do it. So this is the 3D section for floor. Okay, and then in this model we can have we will have so the schedule quantity for the doors. Okay, yang ni for the architect lah. Okay, and then we have sheets. This is all the sheets for the bomber punya bomber. Mana bomber? Okay, bomber requirement. Okay, so yang ni lah kalau tengok the view ni, this view, all this view. Okay, following the template So JKR template already there. If you use the JKR template, you just apply the template accordingly to the need we want. So we can generate the drawing. Okay, sheets. Okay, so this is the architect model. Okay, when for the structure, when we have this architect model, so actually we can if you have software, you can integrate the you need to install the structure integrator. Okay, you can export model from Revit for first one. Okay, so for the first time, you need to make sure you just import export. Okay, export the grids and label. So you when you do ini, okay, you just next and then okay, benda ni lah. So kalau you, why we need to do this? We want to make sure when we go to our design software, okay, the beam illusion, the structure beam import, we just import the label and grids. That's all. Okay, so that we can have the grid line and the label accordingly to the architect punya lah. So when we export it to export back to the Revit structure for the structure, so it will be same position as architect punya lah. So this is example okay, for the structure model, you just Autodesk Revit export. Let's say I just export this one. Okay, so yang ni tak payah, yang ni biarkan. Alright, go to the okay. Okay, so we create a new project. Okay, using template. So this is JKR template. So this is the JKR template. We have a working, pelan asas, pelan tiang, pelan rasuk, pelan papak semua lah. We have this one. Okay. you just simply go for integrator. So I will take first time port. If okay. So this one we need to map. We need to make sure the component from this design will map to the Revit BIM software. So this one I will remove, and then this one I will remove too. I just pick. Okay. All this family, if you do JKR project, we will give you all this family, so that you no need to have extra work, okay, to develop the component. Okay, same goes for the RCB. I will remove back RCB. Okay. So this one I just go finish. Okay. So this is, we call it import from Tekla to the Revit. So this is when talk about the interoperability kebolehverasian, whether the model is the completeness of the component same in the same category, and the information, what kind of information then can can be transferred to the Revit models. Okay. So this one, if the building is big, so it will take some time. All right. So let's leave it here. So we continue back. Okay. Space swap. Okay. So this is the list of category. So as you can see, the component schedule. Okay. Because they can for the building, we are using Revit. Okay. So this is the category that if you develop a component, so you need to follow as per category lah. So if you using our templates, our family, it should be okay. All right. Same goes. Okay. This is the table for list of parameter that you need to fill. Okay. From LOD 200 until LOD 100 up to LOD 500. So kalau if you are at the design stage, you just follow this one lah. Okay, just fill this maklumat utama ni for LD 300, maklumat nama komponen, sistem, subsystem, quantity. Okay, same goes for the deskripsi, jenis, bahan, keadaan ni lah. So you just fulfill this one. Okay, when you go to 400, the information will be more lah. Alright. Okay, kalau tengok dia makin banyak lah. And then same go for the 500. So this one is asset lah. Okay. So this is some example of the BIM deliver. Kalau you all in TOR ke ataupun need statement, alright. So this is some example lah. Okay. Apa yang you need to develop the model, what is format you need to deliver to the JKR, and what what kind of component family that need to have. Okay. So this is some example. Okay. This is some example for the delivery submission. Okay, you can mana submission you will put okay, bila sometimes the client akan isi lah benda ni. The JKR will fulfill the submission punya notes. Okay, so this is example of a BIM deliverables proposal. Okay. Alright, so BIM model. Okay, yang ni sama. So the architect model, what kind of information, what kind of components. Okay, so all of this already stated or already stated in TOR and our statement. Okay, according to the development phases. Okay, what kind of analysis that you fulfill, and what kind of data. Okay. That you need to fulfill, and then drawings that you need to deliver to JKR. And if you have a model, what kind of collaboration you can collaborate between each others. Okay, and then schedules. Okay, what kind of schedule you can generate from the model. Same go to civil model. Same go for the structural model. Okay. Same go for the mechanical model. and same go for the electrical model. Okay, so before that, go back to our model. Okay, so this is model. Inilah, this is what I'm saying before this. I mentioned if you have develop concept design at the first for submission. Okay, for submission, okay, you akan buatlah design analysis tu roughly in the design software. You just export it and you export it to the Revit and you just save. Okay, save this model. That's all. Okay, and then you submit to the JKR. Okay, and you submit the JKR, you can get a point. Okay, that's all for submission for the structure. You don't need to do anything lah. Maknanya you no need to put all the details in this model. You no need to put the information. If from ni kalau untuk consultant for design and bid project. Okay, so this is the model. Kalau if I pick one of folder, okay, it will give you this is the 350 by 800. Okay, kalau kita tengok balik in our model, this is 350 by 800 lah. Okay, the concrete gate will be C35. Okay, so kalau okay, yang ni okay, so model develop in according with specified design lah. Maksudnya sama lah. Okay, itu yang maksudnya specified design sama, same. And then kalau in our statement need to C35, okay. Kalau kita tengok the information from the declar, okay, dia akan masukkan under PSDI material. And dia mention C concrete 35, okay. Kalau 32, 35 ke kan. So apa-apa yang masuk dan kalau guna Eurocode ke, dia akan masuk kat sini lah. Okay, this is all the code part mark. Okay, C37 for, okay, it goes from here lah. Okay, dia ada tulis C73, okay, dash 4, alright. So this is kind of information that already filled from TSD to the Revit. Okay, so next we go to the model files are named according to JKR BIM guideline. So in JKR BIM guideline, okay, if you wait, ada mana naming generator. Okay, okay. So kalau siapa-siapa buat projek JKR, we will give naming generator. Okay, so just Revit version berapa? 2022. Fasa 2B will be reka bentuk terperinci, detail design. So kod kategori tahun 2023. Okay, index apa Revit ni? Block A, jenis model. Okay, so you have this, and then you can copy and boleh ni lah, save as the project as per yang kita nakkan lah. Tak keluar lah. Ada ni. Itu je lah. Maksudnya kita gunakan nama tu for our project so we can save it. Macam tu lah. Alright. Banyak pula dia. Okay. So itu yang kedua lah for the model fast name. Okay. And then kenapa ni? Okay, model structured according to rules that easily managed. Okay. So because of this model simple, just one building, so you just design or model it as one whole structure. Okay, that's all. And then model use project base point. So kalau okay, if I link with architect, so I just link back with architect model, reload. Tak ada lah. Okay, reload back, reload from. Oh, maybe I just tadi buka arkitek. Okay, tutup ni. Okay, I relook back the architect model. So if you make sure that you get the architect model and you transfer the grid line and the level to the TSD, insyaAllah your model, if you transfer your structure model, you transfer to the Revit software, it will be the same point lah. Okay, yang ni kita nak kan. So kalau if you look at this, okay, put R1 ni, so the project based point will be at the same place, okay, at the grid A1, this one lah. Okay, and then the model use grid line architect. Okay, so kalau you transfer tak ada masalah lah, architect punya dengan structure dia will be the same lah. Okay, ni sama lah, tak ada masalah. Okay, and then okay, element space place by level. Okay, so this one pun if you export, okay, export from the architect, export from the TSD software, all of software semua sama lah. Mana-mana software pun kalau you memang transfer dia akan separate like this. The column will be separate by floor. If you model scratch from the Revit, so sometimes of your BIM modeler will create this component from the base level up to fourth level. So that one kita tak nak lah, because we have this rule so that for this simulation it will show you face by face. Okay, accordingly floor to floor, floor by floor lah. Okay, and then model comply with the use of naming combination. So naming combination kena ikut lah semua nama-nama yang JKR punya lah. Okay, so this is for the model integrity quality. Okay, when we talk about project information, okay, so the information just we need to update the project information here. You need to put lah, okay, apa semua ni, maklumat-maklumat ni. Okay, and then information. So let's say we have so kalau design stage LOD 300 for structure enough for you to fill this one. You need to make sure this one tadi saya tak buat patutnya masa transfer ni you can masukkan semua lah. Saya select balik, select kategori, so all of this column. Okay, you just update JKR. Okay, JKR contoh lah ni kalau pakai 30, 28, 35 contoh. Okay, just click OK. So all the information lah dia update. Maksudnya you click all of the column, you just update. One click button, one click je lah. You need to make sure you click all of this column and just update it. Just like this. And then the create bahan yang sama lah this one. So see what is 28, 35. Okay. Okay, the cover. Ini cover ni you boleh yang ni, this one. And then the type lah. Contoh yang ni type, all of this type. You need to make sure for the fire rating lah. Okay, berapa hours. Itu je. So untuk LED 300 for the structure, that's all. Tak banyak sebenarnya. Okay. So dia senang lah. Tapi but when we give it this model to the construction, so all this information, let's say the column kan, this one dia kena isi lah. Kalau alamat contractor ni semua sama, just select all lah. Macam tadi saya buat, select kategori balik ni, select kategori, you just select all. So the nama contractor sama, you just fill lah. Alamat contractor siapa, isi sekali, dia akan isi terus semua lah. Macam tu. Kita isi one time only, and then you can ni. Okay. So kalau we want to develop, we want to update our model this one Okay. Contoh lah sekejap. Letak ni. Okay, semua dah ada. Okay. So yang ni, this one, if you want to create sheets, okay. So you can put a dimension, okay, like this, okay. And then you need to manage the view, the view. Okay, manage the view. Let's see, because they have open task here. Alright, so I just make sure the cut plane. Okay, I have open task here. Okay, so you can get this one, and then you can tag. Okay, tagging for the framing. Okay, using tagging from the tag class punya TSD ni, apply. Okay, kita dapat macam ni lah. Kalau if you don't want to have the size, you want to mention it, okay, kita boleh ni lah, kat sini sebenarnya ada, we have the standard here. Okay, ni macam ni lah. Kalau you want benda ni semua, you boleh ni lah, ketik sifat mark. Okay, and then okay, you already have like this. Okay, the sheets. Okay, you have the sheets. And the sheets. Oh, ni sekejap. Sekejap. Ni hilang. Tak ada pula. Okay. Put like this. Jadi kita masa kita nak buat ni lah, kita punya apa? Kita punya layout lah. Yang ni. Okay. Yang ni kita boleh update like this. Ni you can modify it. Kita ambil TXT part mark. Tadi part mark mana? Part mark TXT. Keluarkan. Tetap description. Hidekan dia. TXT part mark kita buat label. Kita buat label. Okay. Kita ni lah. So title saya tak nak. Okay, so kalau tengok dalam ni mana? Tak perlu. Okay. Tak mark. Okay. Tak keluar ni. Sekejap mana ada begini. Saya forever type. Tak ada. Okay. This one. Okay. So yang ni kita boleh susun lah. Okay, you can break it down. Okay, ini saya pecahkan. Pecahkan lagi table ni. Contoh lah ni. Okay. Macam ni lah. So you can ni susun lah ni. Kita punya label-label ni. Contoh lah you can do this. Okay. So maknanya ni semua the person lah. The person can manage this table lah. Okay. Okay. Contoh lah ni macam mana susun sebanyak. Okay. Contoh lah macam ni. So you can so the person you buat ni, so you have this one as a LOD 300. So kalau 600 yang ni the person will need to make sure need of the documentation lah. Make sure kemas, kita nampak kemas semua lah. Okay. Maknanya you can put all the info, you can generate the drawings from the model. Okay. For the detailing, actually you just make sure from the AutoCAD punya detailing. Okay. From here. Sorry. Video. Okay. Yalah, kalau you have ada satu punya, you just put this one dalam you punya this one dalam model, so you have all the AutoCAD punya ni lah detailing. Alright. So project information, view, this one lah, view ni, all of this view. Okay, yang I already show you all of this view. Kalau you have the view for structure, okay, kita buka semua. Okay, masukkan dalam. Okay. So you ada yang ni. Kita contoh lihat di bumbung koridor ni. Duplicate and then apply template. Okay, beam layout. Okay, so dia akan masuklah dalam ni. So you can rename it. Aras bumbung, masuk bumbung koridor. Okay. Actually sama je. Dah person punya kerja it will be same. Okay, by using Revit. But change to from the CAD, you are using Revit now. That's all. Okay. So that we want to make sure from the one file we have all of this information lah. Maksudnya we have the 3D model, we have the information, the beam punya information, the column information, and then you can have all this schedule, the quantity. Okay, the quantity. Okay, you have all of this quantity untuk record asset. Okay, record asset. Kalau macam ni kosong-kosong ni, if this kosong ni kalau LOD 500, they need to fill lah. Semua ni contractor punya ni lah. Okay, and then last but not least the sheets. Okay, sheet ni pun sama lah. Sheet ni actually from LOD 300, kalau nak go for the 500, dia update je lah. Kalau tak ada perubahan, same lah. Same je ni Kalau ada perubahan, dia akan ubah benda ni semua. Alright. So, ada lagi tak? Sekejap So, project schedule semua ni sheets, link file. Family tu that I already show you the component. View template tadi saya tunjuk view template. Maksudnya you use proper view template untuk pelan rasuk ke, pelan tiang. Okay. Just apply. If you are using JCAD punya template, tak ada masalah. It should be no problem. Alright. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Last part list for the conclusion. Sekejap. Okay, so actually, so the scope of BIM, BIM works ni, it need to be cover the site model. Okay, so for civil, your infra punya tu will be under external model. Site model ni will be under architects. Okay, building model for the structure. Alright. Okay, and then you need to make sure the building document must follow the ITT CGL for design BSO requirement for the construction simulation and SBIT model. Building requirement contract. And then the data management, okay, consultant or consultant can propose CDE platform untuk sharing for the sharing models. And in JK also we have JCloud, so that this is the compulsory platform you need to use in for sharing and submit the models and all the documentation into our data server. And last but and then the BIM work process, you must develop of BIM model as per guideline standard or and the term of reference need statement. And you need to do a BIM coordination in order to make sure all the clash will be zero, all the clash will already resolved, and all we do not we need to make sure the design there is no design issues. Okay, and the model checking macam tadi lah, you buat coordination semua tu lah, and then gunakan semakan. So output tu the output you need to make sure you need to submit. Okay, according to phase lah. Kalau under design phase macam you all ada tender stage 1, tender stage 2, design tu 200, 300 you need to submit to the JKR. For the construction, contractor need to submit the construction model. SBIT model same go for the SBIT model. For the SBIT drawing, you need the contractor need to make sure to keep JKR the SBIT drawing generate from the model, and all the construction and asset information must be filled in lah. Okay, so in order that because we sure that by using BIM it can increase our productivity and increase our quality for the SBIT drawings and improve our project delivery. So I think that's all from me. We hope that we can move forward and try to make a change in our construction industry by start with BIM lah, in order to go to the digital process. Okay, so that's all from me. Okay, thank you. So
terima kasih.
Alright.
Okay, terima kasih Engineer Muhammad Faiz. I think kita ada dapat good audience today. Kita ada dalam 210 attendees. So I think we have another 20 minutes. I think kita boleh go for questions. Okay, Faiz?
Alright.
There are a few questions. Okay, boleh ya? Okay, boleh, so boleh. I go for the... Okay, for first question. Kalau sekiranya daripada Encik Muhammad Hafizi bin Ghazali, sekiranya konsultan tiada sampel untuk BIM software, boleh ke konsultan submit sampel from other software like Orion, Prota or ETABS software?
I think okay, sebab okay macam tadi lah, if you see kalau if they are using Prota, let's say they are using Prota, actually Prota software tu, kalau you can see you can click this one. You don't have Revit software, you just click this one and you submit the CXL file. It should be enough. Okay, dia kalau tengok macam mana sekejap. So this one, alright. So this is the CXL file lah. Ini. You submit the CXL file pun should be enough lah. No need to submit TSD punya tu. I think JKR tak boleh buka tu. Kalau you submit the CXL file pun should be enough lah. Kalau you tak ada, you don't have Revit punya software. Alright.
Okay. I think Cik Muhammad Hafizi clear the soalan tu ya. Okay, next question Engineer Faiz daripada Engineer Anwar bin Bero. Okay, hi, I'm Anwar from Shipbuilding Company. How to control and manage the design approval using BIM? Soalan daripada Engineer Anwar.
Boleh ulang?
how to control and manage the design approval using BIM.
Oh, design approval.
To control and manage the design approval.
Okay. So in JKR, we have that's why the first thing we need to have a BPEP. Dalam the BPEP tu they will show us the process of the BIM punya ni lah, work process, which so kalau for the design build dia akan tunjuklah mana yang gateway tu untuk make sure sebelum lepas ni kita pergi sini macam tu lah. Contoh macam for we want to make sure the design issue already solved. Kalau belum lagi, they cannot go to LOD 300. Okay, that is some sort of mechanism in BIM process. We can do that. And another thing, you can in JKR. Okay, in JKR we have borang yang actually I already told you this one. This BIM checklist form. Yang ni kita akan control lah the quality of our model. So actually we will give this borang ni, jap. Kita jumpa pula borang mana. This one. Okay. Let's say this structure. Okay, this one. So we will give this. So kalau it's not if the JK check this not comply, okay, maknanya belum lagi lah. So the consultant or the contractor need to fulfill the design or the BIM requirement as per guideline or standard. Alright.
Okay, terima kasih. Another question, Jennifer is daripada Encik Mazlan bin Abdul Qarid. Is there any briefing or introduction course to use JKR template? Because the template totally different from our template. And is it compulsory to use JKR template to produce model with JKR project?
Okay. We talk about template. Okay. In TOR and in our need statement, we already stated you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Okay, this is the requirement that JKR want. Okay, actually you can develop the template based on our TOR or need statement. But if you develop by your own, it will make I think it will be make some time lah untuk develop that template. That's why we will give the template to the consultant or contractor. Kalau macam contoh design build, okay, we will give this template, masa tender lah. And for the consultant conventional project, we will give you after the consultant already appointed, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we will give you this template, and when the consultant or contractor already appointed by JKR, so actually we will give you for the time being right now, macam our unit, BIM unit, we will make sure you know how to use our template. So we will give you an engagement, BIM engagement to the contractor consultant. Okay, to use our template, and then to know what we want for JKR project that implement BIM. And then whoever get this project JKR ni yang using BIM, we will give this one. Selain template, we also will give you manual penggunaan template. Okay. Ni lah kita akan bagi template ni. Macam mana guna template kita? Actually we have this document, so you can follow this template on how to use our template. Okay. This one kalau kita tengok ni dulu, how to start project. Okay. Macam mana nak get the template. This one we will say kita akan explain briefly about the Revit punya interface, the project information, how to use it, where you want to click the project information. Actually kita dah ada click manage tab, panel setting, project information, and you just buka this one and you fill in. Okay. Memang kalau if you follow our template, our manual ni, Okay, I think it should be okay lah, easy. Okay, and then make sure if you use our template, siapa-siapa yang already well versed use Revit ni, please don't push our template. If you push, kebanyakan parameter akan hilang, banyak data hilang. That's why yang tu the most important thing lah. Okay, so in this menu penggunaan template, kita dah tunjukkan lah macam nak guna template lah. Kat workingnya apa dia, for pelan asas untuk apa, pelan tiang untuk apa, pelan rasuk, pelan papak, semua kita cerita dalam ni. Alright, so I think if you follow our template, you and then you go to our beam engagement memang kita akan buat lah beam engagement tu. Okay, kita akan tunjuk lah how to use our template. Alright.
Okay, Engineer Faiz. So next question daripada Engineer Wira Azizi bin Kadir. Okay, ni soalan dia berkenaan dengan, okay, I'm an engineer working in forestry sector. Okay, first question here. In line with sustainable forest management, I believe Revit is the only one out of many types of BIM software. In your review, which BIM software and what methodology is suitable to implement the design of logging road for sustainable log production, considering the two main factors of environmental and economical, if possible, generating model simulation of logging road construction. I think this one is in your scope ke tak lah pasal this?
Itu for me that indikan kita nak cover that scope, but I think maybe it can be done either using Revit or Civil 3D, but for that you need to learn also the dynamo. Dynamo ni kalau if you take a look in this mana dynamo. You can manipulate the data. Okay, actually from here mana dynamo. Dynamo, okay. So you can manipulate the data that you are if you already develop the model ke apa semua in Civil 3D or Revit, you can manipulate that data and you can analyze it and you can transfer it to the Excel CSV, okay, to do another part of analysis lah. Tu I think it can be done, but the process I don't know lah. Maybe that one kena tengok dulu lah, go through back macam mana nak buat lah.
Okay. So, okay, another second question daripada Engineer Wira Azizi. Okay, in forest operation, geospatial data are most compute using S3 product such as ArcGIS, also includes some other non-S3 products such as Aussie Explorer, AirDust, and Agisoft. Are these software compatible with BIM software products?
Okay, so the one the forest kan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, they can not explore that one up to that level, but actually right now, what I can say, we are trying to make sure that let's say the Autodesk software Autodesk software right now, because they are using Autodesk software, we are trying to integrate with GIS software such as software GIS, saya pun lupa tapi that one we believe that we need to have a plugin and we need to do some more research lah to make sure that the data tu kita boleh integrate. Sebab why I'm saying it can be done, because we have road project dan yang kita ada from the GIS data tu kita boleh bawa masuk ke Civil 3D untuk kita tengok dia punya sheet PIY punya ni lah, kat mana ROW, where is the JK punya ROW, mana kedudukan tanah-tanah orang untuk ni so we can do the land acquisition. So I think it's possible because and then selain itu we also have our PH punya analysis. We are site inventory. Site inventory maksud kita kira pokok. So if we have data, actually we can do it. But if you don't model it and we don't have we don't put the information, so benda tu susah lah nak buat. So the first thing we need to model it, we need to have the information inside the model. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, since we are running out of time, okay, I'll go another 2 questions here. One question daripada Miss Nuralin binti Muhammad Amin. Okay, does JKR plan to make the implementation of BIM compulsory throughout government projects?
Okay, so one of my slide, I already mentioned at the early of my slide. So starting from 2021 until 2025, so we are focusing project that 10 million and above must using BIM, but it will gradually lah. Let's say for 2021 we have 100 project, so we need to achieve 50%. So we need to have 50 project. The next year 60%. Come another year, so let's right now we 2023, so we need to achieve 70% for the bidding and infra projects that 10 million above must use BIM. Maksudnya kalau JKR ada 100 project untuk tahun ni, at least we need to have 70 project that use BIM. Maknanya 30 project tak buat BIM. Sampailah up 2025 90%. Which means when 2026 all of our projects must use BIM, that 10 million and above.
Okay. Okay. Next question is from Mr. Shahri Anwar bin Abdul Wahab. So far, is there any JKR past or present current bridge structure project adopted BIM as part of the requirement? Untuk
project jalan. Yeah, actually, starting from 2021, we have road projects that consist of bridge project. So actually, the bridge project we have their its own their need statement or TOR. Maknanya memang ada requirement tu untuk develop for the bridge project or the road project. Okay, but slightly it is actually it will be same lah, apa yang kita nak tu sama je. Maybe, but the way of the modeling it maybe tak sama lah, ataupun the component tu how to use it, macam embankment dia, abutment, pier, benda-benda tu mungkin maybe the requirement tu tak sama lah, tapi the concept such as LOD, macam mana nak develop model tu, and then the information tu je sama lah apa yang kita nak kan. Alright.
Okay, I think this is the last question lah, Encik Faiz.
Okay, yeah.
From Engineer Tong Kok Chun. Okay, while totally agree with inputting physical sizes of steel or timber or RC members, I always feel that the entering details steel reinforcement of RC structures into the BIM model is really an overkill. The benefit seems to be outweighed by the time to key the inputs as well as the BIM model then become heavier then it would make RAM and more time to load and update. So dia minta, so what is the general BIM expert's opinion? Dia kata, do you need to reinforcement detail?
Is it mean that the detailing 3D detailing?
Soalan dia, I think mana kata dia punya, you need to put the details, like the reinforcement and everything. So dia tanya, is it necessary or not?
Alright, okay. Let's say, okay, JKR. So it is depend on the software that you are using. Okay, let's say this one. Actually, for this Revit software, if I click this column, we can make a rebar. Okay, dalam ni lah, maksud kita boleh buat rebar ni lah into our model. But is it practical? Okay, so we need to see in terms of the practicality. Okay, the first thing, okay, the first one, okay, we know that our design software macam contoh TSD ke Prota, Esteem semua, we can generate 2D detailing. Okay, maknanya AutoCAD lah. So secara cepat. So why we want to buang masa, okay, buang masa untuk develop 3D model ni yang kena buat manually. Okay, so in term of time dia akan tak ni lah, tak significant. Okay, the second thing is, okay, kalau kita tengok software ni, software Revit, we can develop ni lah 3D model this one. So I agree with him because kalau kita buat 3D model ni, even though okay, we try to put all the 3D detailing inside the model for single building yang satu tingkat ni, single floor for one building ni. So dia akan berat, okay, for the Revit. But macam Tekla structure punya ni, dia tak ni lah, dia tak berat, dia lagi mudah lah. So but Tekla structure ni I tak tahu lah, is it good enough for the consultant to use it, because we already have design software. This is my opinion, I don't know yang lain agree ke tak. Cuma kalau kita tengok macam tadi, from what I'm seeing, the design software we can generate automatically 2D detailing easily. But why we want to put some effort, put some time to develop 3D detailing, dia akan ambil masa, and then memang betul dia akan jadi berat, tak ni lah. So that's why in JKR punya requirement, we are not kita memang tak minta untuk develop 3D model and the connection kalau untuk steel ke apa, connection kita tak minta buat lah. It is enough for consultant to create the detailing using AutoCAD and just put in the drafting view in the Revit. That's all. Okay, ni lambat sikit buka, tak apalah.
Okay. So I think, okay, it's already 5 o'clock now. I think you got to end this session, and I'm sorry that if there are other questions that I cannot entertain, I think you can feel free to contact Encik Faiz lah. I think in the earlier slides, Encik Faiz are given the contact number and email, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think with that, I end this session, and once again, I'd like to ucap terima kasih kepada Encik Faiz lah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you everybody.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheldon. All right. Thank you all.